We rolling? Hi guys, I'm Smasi Henderson-Crowther. Everyone calls me Mas. I'm an architectural apprentice, which could also be known as a trainee architect. I done about 7 years of studying. I'm going into my last year, which is my part 3. I've had 5 years of professional practice experience working in architectural practice. I've worked on a handful of projects ranging from £5 million to £350 million. I've always been a creative person, but I've always wanted to become an architect. Not for the money, definitely not for the money, but for the knowledge. I want to be able to use that knowledge to branch out into other areas of my interests. So that could be fashion, music, interior design, art. I'm interested in a lot of different areas, and I want to use the way of thinking as an architect and apply it to different sectors of design. And a big inspiration of mine was Virgil Abloh, how he used the way of thinking as an architect and used that to dive into different areas of experimentation in fashion, music, art, brand. And so what I've been doing is start to build up my brand, which started about, I think, a year ago now. And I started making content around like creativity, my personal struggles and stories that I can tell through my content and what I learned, and sort of putting that into the world and just experimenting and just to develop as a person, but not only as a person but a creative, and start making content because I'm new to it, but I actually really enjoy it. A bit of a background story for me: I really struggled in school. The teachers didn't really understand the way my brain sort of worked. I was very creative, couldn't sit still, constantly annoying people. I've got ADHD, dyslexia, and yeah, I really struggled. But alternatively, I really thrived in like interactive experiences and getting my hands really involved in subjects such as textiles, resistant materials, which consisted of working with metalwork, art. But I really had to sort of find my own path and adapt that path to suit the path I wanted to take, which was through architecture. So I was really restricted, and I didn't really have anyone to sort of bounce my thoughts and ideas off when I was a lot younger. So I never really fit the traditional path. And when it came to uni, I really struggled in the sense of not having a mentor and really sort of connecting with anyone. So this channel is going to be around me building my business, collaborating with people, sharing experiences, sharing my interests, whether that's anime, gaming, travel, collaboration, fashion, AI. I want to share everything with you. I should have started this years ago, but I really haven't sort of taken that step. So I just want to show that level of exposure with you guys, so you get to understand me as a person, but also understand my vision for the future. So why did I start SHC Studio? So SHC Studio stands for my name and my sister's name. So Smasi Henderson-Crowther is my name, and then Sankofa Henderson-Crowther is my sister's name. And we've both been quite creative as young people. We both have similar interests in terms of fashion, art, design, and we really wanted to explore that. And I started reading a lot of business books and listening, well, not books, I've never read a book in my life because I can't read a book. Probably I have to listen to it to understand and like sort of visualize everything. But yeah, I wanted to create a space that sort of felt like, you know, when you go to a youth centre, well, when youth centres were quite a big thing back in the day, where you just go there and you would hang out, play games, you sort of connect with people a little bit older than you that were sort of volunteering there, and yeah, you just get that sense of freedom to do whatever you wanted. And I sort of want to reiterate that and create a new space for that, but for creativity, and using that creativity to solve problems, whether that's through fashion, art, architecture. Sort of want to disrupt those spaces and industries creatively. So the sort of target age I want to sort of attract, more specifically, the ages from 16 to 35 years of age, because I feel like once you finish school, there's no real sort of exposure to how life really works, and I sort of want to bridge that gap between having the choice of finishing school or going to college and then going to work in Tesco's, or going to work in Sainsbury's, or getting a job in a cafe, or instantly going into uni. I want to be able to bridge that gap for creative people that don't necessarily want to do that straight away, but they can sort of step into the world of SHC Studio and sort of experiment their ideas, and they have the opportunity to be creative quite freely, and then again become part of the community in which they can explore their interests and their strengths. So their strengths might not be English or maths, it might be art, but they don't know what sort of avenues to take, because I wouldn't really recommend going to uni to study art. I think there needs to be a safe space to sort of collaborate with people and have that space where you can sort of share your ideas and sort of put your work out there, because I don't think schools don't really prepare you for that, and they don't really give you that confidence to just put your work out there and experiment creatively. I want to create a space for that, sort of like the vibe of a youth centre, but a modern youth centre for all the people that solves real world problems. So over the past few months, well, years actually, I've connected with people that work the 9 to 5, that are creative or work in the creative space, that sort of want to create their own thing on the side, but they don't really have either the confidence, time, knowledge to create their own business. And I sort of want to create a space for that. They can dip and dive into this space without having the time constraints of having a boss. And so they've got the freedom to create and explore avenues on their own time frame. And I really want to create that sort of freedom, because I think now in society, with the pace that AI is moving at, I really feel like creating a collaborative space with people that are suffering in normal life, and they need that breakthrough to sort of free them and have that switch. It's the wrong word for it. That ability to create something freely. So I want to create a space where people can explore creativity without limits, mainly young creatives, with the help of AI, but also break boundaries and create meaningful work. So what would SHC Studio sell or produce or create? So SHC Studio is a creative studio mixing design, architecture, fashion, music, food, events, workshops, mentorships, which is all under the umbrella that I want to build. And it can be a place to learn, collaborate, experiment and grow, share stories, lessons, creative insights. Behind the scenes is what I want to create. An example would be the fashion industry. Only 1% of the fashion industry, the materials are recycled to create new pieces of clothing. I really want to disrupt that space, and that would be an example of what I would do. But this is also a space where people that may have an interest in music, but they want to explore the area of fashion, and you will have that ability to collaborate with someone in the community that might have expertise in music and might have expertise in food and AI, and you want to collaborate on a project. This is a space to do that without having any time constraints, no big bosses. You've got complete freedom to do whatever you want creatively in those spaces. I want to connect with new people. I want to collaborate with new people. I just want to be free. I want to be creatively free. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, or or you resonate with my story to an extent, then yeah, this is the channel to sort of connect with. I post nearly every day on Instagram of behind the scenes of my journey and what I'm building. So if you enjoyed this video, then come back for more. If you didn't, if this doesn't make any sense to you, then jog on. But yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, this is my first ever YouTube video. It's going to be shit, I know it is, but yeah, this is a stepping stone, and yeah, I strive to become better, and I will do better every video, every step of the way. I will do something better, and yeah, thank you for watching.